Behind me, he was arrested this morning on the charge of battery of domestic violence. Take a look at that brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK.
Gervonta Davis is accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in Doral.
And this is not the first run-in with the law.
And that's not even just a domestic violence. His hands are registered. His hands are considered deadly weapons. Right. So he is going to be considered like assault with a deadly weapon as well, other than domestic violence.
That's fact.
And that never goes good for a boxer, ever.
Breaking news has rocked the boxing world. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, one of the sport's most explosive and marketable stars, has been arrested in South Florida on charges of domestic violence against his girlfriend. The undefeated WBA lightweight champion, known for his devastating knockouts and pay-per-view drawing power, now finds himself behind bars just weeks before a likely summer return to the ring.
The charge he is facing is battery with domestic violence, and you mentioned this was an ex-girlfriend, but it is also the mother of his children, that according to police. Let's show you who we're talking about here. You were looking at the mugshot of professional and well-known boxer, 30-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
Some questions about these allegations. He did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV, waiting for him on the side. Now, Davis was arrested this morning, like we just mentioned, on a charge of battery of domestic violence after he allegedly hit his ex-girlfriend outside of her home on Father's Day.
According to police reports, the incident took place on June 15th, Father's Day, when Davis arrived at his ex-girlfriend's home in Doral to pick up their children. What began as a routine visit spiraled into a violent confrontation. The woman claims Davis struck her on the back of the head and slapped her across the mouth during an argument, causing her lip to bleed.
According to the arrest form, Davis and the victim have 2 children together and were in a relationship for about 4 years. Police say Davis went to her home to pick up the kids on Father's Day. That's when an argument took place before things got physical. And while she was leaning in to grab her daughter from the back seat is when he allegedly hit her in the back of the head and proceeded to slap her on the right side of the face, resulting in a cut by her mouth. Now,
witnesses say her mother recorded part of the altercation on video, including Davis allegedly throwing a small box at the victim. Law enforcement used a license plate reader to track down Davis in Miami Beach, where he was arrested and booked without bond.
The arrest form says her mother saw the victim crying and arguing with Davis and filmed that argument. Davis is a boxing star, a WBA lightweight champion, I should say, but he has had numerous.
The charges against him are serious. Davis is facing a misdemeanor domestic battery charge and is being held at the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center. He was denied bond initially, with jail records showing a court date set for July 29th. As of now, he remains in custody. Haney, one of the old rivals of Tank, did not shy away as he talked about Gervonta "Tank" Davis after the recent incidents. Haney seems still raw with anger at a heated argument with Davis, perhaps fueled by the existing tensions between the two camps. Perhaps it was a previous personal feud with Davis as well that Haney attacked the former. He asserted that Davis was in a weak state and that he is weak when interacting with him, asserting that Tank is not a fearless character as he makes himself out to be.
That's what he was telling you?
Yeah. I told him his eyes was watering.
What took place yesterday as well? You know, it was
David, I'm sorry.
Gervonta, being arrested.
I don't speak on that. I can't speak. I don't speak on nobody's business. Whatever they do at home, that ain't none of mine.
Former world champion and respected voice of boxing, Antonio Tarver, complained about well-paid boxers who apparently are more concerned about the next payday than becoming dedicated to the trade. As Tarver pointed out, those promoters only need to pay undeserving fighters and leave them on the streets. This way, the sport will be able to give a stronger emphasis to those who have a passion to play the game and are ready to sacrifice anything in order to become the greatest.
Let these fighters that really want this shit, let's parade them. Let's get behind them. Let's support them. Let's build them. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. But I just hope and pray that young man get it together. He's at the top of his career, prime of his career.
Tarver made it clear that he was not saying that he was certain of all the facts of what went down with Davis, but he was concerned. He replied that he wishes that Davis is able to get himself together before his career totters away. Tarver has stressed that Tank is at the best in his career, a stage at which he can be talked about as a great in the boxing arena. However, currently he is being characterized by the problems that he has outside of it.
I would want him to be remembered more by the things that he's doing in the ring rather than out. But, sometimes you got to win in life, too, before you can get in that ring and win. And sometimes life is harder than any opponent that we could face. And I just hope he get it together, bro. I feel like a lot of these young men don't have no mentors, bro. It ain't no more handlers in the game, bro. It ain't nobody taking care of the camp.
Such an arrest is one more stain in the history. In the latest couple of years, Davis had found himself in several instances of legal problems, many of them citing similar charges leveled against him. He was filmed back in February 2020 at a charity basketball game, grabbing the throat of a woman. That charge was subsequently dismissed. Then Tarver struck at the root of the problem in boxing culture nowadays, the lack of true mentors or leaders. He has noted that much of the guidance that the younger generations received is missing in many young fighters, and maybe even Davis. In his opinion, the sport has changed into the arena where the fighters manage themselves with no handlers, camp leaders, and older wise voices to pull them down to the ground.
You know, we only got a short period of time to be professional boxers. This shit is over quick, bro, and you don't ever want to live with no regrets. That'll hunt you, bro. That'll hunt you when you know you had the ability to be the best. You don't want to live with no regrets. I hate to see what's happening to Gervonta Davis right now. I hope he get it together. That rematch is out there.
A couple of days ago in December 2022, Davis was arrested before as well on an accusation of domestic violence after a woman called 911 in response to his hitting her. That too was dropped when the accuser recanted.
About this, right? All right, you come over here. You come over here, please, and stand with him. With my partner.
Yes, sir. Any weapons on you?
Huh? What is that?
The charger, man. The charger.
Okay.
Get anything on you?
Stay with him.
I'm at my house. Okay. I don't know. I'm asking you. Did I ask you? Who's in the car? This is my car. She took my car. Who's she to you?
We'll just be right here.
My child mother.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me, bro.
To add to that, Davis was convicted in 2023 of a hit-and-run collision after injuring 4 individuals. He even spent some time under house arrest, only to later be jailed once again after breaking his sentencing terms.
Domestic violence. I tried to speak with him back in 2022 as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail for allegedly hitting his ex-girlfriend outside his Parkland home, causing injuries to her face.
This is not the first time of him getting in jail, and this is not the first time he has been seen committing public assault on the women associated with him. In 2020, Gervonta Davis infamously threw down his baby mother by the throat in a fight on video in front of a celebrity basketball game. The video quickly became viral and was shown to people as Davis was seen violently dragging the alleged female out of the seat in front of a large group of people, which led to swift backlash. The event caused his arrest and confirmed a disturbing trend of off-ring activities. Now again, it is not a title or opponent that Davis is fighting against, but rather the law system. He is likely to face the judge in the near future, say by this afternoon, on this latest arrest on charges of domestic battery. Instead of being in the ring, everyone is watching in the courtroom in anticipation of what will happen next following such a case. Lamont Roach Jr., the man scheduled to fight Gervonta Davis in a rematch later this summer, responded to the news of Gervonta Davis being arrested on domestic violence charges on social media with a not-so-hinted tweet. Despite the rivalry between them and the uncertainty now surrounding their fight, Roach chose to speak from a place of principle rather than animosity. He made it clear that regardless of personal feelings or competitive tension, he doesn't wish jail on anyone. He wrote on his X handle, "In all seriousness, hopefully, Buddy ain't do that. Ion wish jail on no nigga if I don't like you or not." In one of the video posts, Roach featured himself grinding at the gym where his attention was strictly on the training. He did not name Davis, but the message was clear. Distractions and drama might drag others behind, but Roach is focused, prepared, and determined. It was one quiet professional declaration, not only of discipline but of determination when an encounter is in serious question, when Davis himself is under question. So, we go ahead and think about how this newest turn of events can spoil one of the most anticipated comebacks of 2025. Davis was a strong betting favorite to lead a mega fight on August 16th, which could even be a rematch against Lamont Roach Jr. in a controversial draw earlier this year. That fight is in grave danger, considering that Davis is in custody and his legal future is in doubt. His promoters have not given any official statement, though the inner sources say that the fight might be rescheduled or canceled altogether, depending on the course of the legal case. Antonio Tarver also showed concerns about the next possible rematch, which must have been a big-name match that many fans and experts want to happen. Tarver did not want his opportunity and the momentum Davis had to be wasted because of personal mistakes. He clarified that in case the said legal issues culminate in the derailing of the career of Davis, then it would not only be a loss to Davis, but also a low point to the sport of boxing as a whole, since there is so much potential at stake. He said, "I hope he get it together. That rematch is out there. It'll just be sad if this derailed him. If this derailed him, it'll be sad, bro." During the controversy and doubt of Gervonta "Tank" Davis after his arrest, up-and-comer Abdullah Mason gave some words of encouragement. Most people in the boxing circle have either remained quiet or angered Davis, but Mason decided that going to attack him was the best thing to do, wish him well in a challenging moment. It was a little but meaningful support, as it was a sign that not all the fighters turn on their fellows even when they need to fight both in and outside the court.
I don't know about that. I don't know Tank personally, and I really got nothing to say. I just wish him the best. Everything inside the ring, outside the ring.
The court case is not the only situation that can prevent the fight. U.S. boxing commissions put a high value on domestic violence allegations, and in most cases, boxing licenses are suspended pending the outcome of criminal charges. Father and trainer of Devin Haney, Bill Haney, was quite emphatic about all the hullabaloo that was happening to Gervonta Davis, such as his legal drama and name being dragged through the headlines. Visibly frustrated, Bill waved off the interferences and clarified that the only thing they have their eyes on is becoming great. He said he heard people say Devin has already done enough to get into the Hall of Fame, but that is not even what they are out to do. They are setting higher targets.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I heard whispers that Devin Haney has a Hall of Fame career right now. I heard the whispers. But guess what? We're not paying attention to that shit. We're on our way to the Mount Rushmore of boxing. November 22nd, you're gonna see what's happening.
Bill Haney also noted that young black athletes are being prosecuted and investigated at a level he termed as an all-time high. His message was not an excuse to bad behavior, but it is one that shone light on a recurrent pattern: the tendency of black athletes to be the target of greater public and institutional pressure. Bill posed a challenge to the media and society, asking them to give the same amount of energy to other races, because there is disparity in terms of how suspicion is used.
These allegations it's not breaking news. It's not breaking news. Young black athletes are getting charged at an all-time high. I want to see when is the other race. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more magnifying.
You are not saying this is a race thing?
No, it's not. But it's not just an only Gervonta Davis thing, and it's not just a Bill Haney thing. It's a thing that's happening in the fabric of family right now.
Bill Haney moved on to a different issue, but back to the personal and emotional one on healing and family. He urged individuals to abandon their fascination with celebrities on TV and instead of concentrating at home, where stronger family ties can be established. Bill wished sincerely that Gervonta Davis and the mother of his child would be able to mutually work out the peace.
Families need to unite and join, and they need to see the stars are at home and not on television. Stop looking on here. Go home and unite. I hope and I wish Gervonta Davis and his baby moms, I wish them well, and I hope that they can get whatever they need and get Gervonta get back to the superstar that he is.
One of the most respected voices in boxing, Bernard Hopkins, took a somewhat balanced but serious stance in response to Gervonta Davis getting arrested. Though he made it clear that he does not believe in domestic violence, Hopkins did not rush to a conclusion. Rather, he dwelt on the possibility of Davis moving out of the situation and mending his relationship with his family and getting back to his career.
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out, you know what I mean, everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his ex-girl, his kid's mother, can get things together and look forward and be positive.
Now, if we talk about the coming fight, the sponsors and networks are equally keeping tabs. Most of them are afraid to be identified with fighters who have such allegations in the public eye. The fallout may hurt the earning capacity of Davis, reputation, and even his position as a boxing superstar. Antonio Tarver knows what he is talking about, and he should, as he was in the position of Gervonta Davis, as he sees that fighters are usually programmed differently and that they usually respond to pressure the best when their personal life is put under pressure. Tarver admitted that boxers were given the distinct mental composition and they could be most focused at their peak in the midst of their personal turmoil. Nevertheless, he did not hide his interest given the fact that he wants Davis to succeed not only as a fighter, but as a man.
Sometime when fighters, man, we're unique individuals, bro. Sometime when we're dealing with so much shit in our life, bro, that's when we're able to really, you feel me, lock in and focus the most, you know. But I just want the best for Gervonta, bro. That's it. I just want the best for Gervonta Davis. Such an incredible talent, and he has everything right now. He just gotta figure it out and reel it in, bro, and take care of your business. You feel me? If it ain't building you, bro, it's breaking you down. So let that sink in.
The arrest also impacts his would-be opponent, Lamont Roach Jr., who was about to get into a big rematch. This also means that Tank might lose training time, the momentum, and chances of getting to the ring to fight. Boxers base the whole year on these dates, and when the dates are gone, careers will stall. In the event that the legal team of Davis succeeds in having him set free on bond, there is a probability that he may resume his training, but the risk of the cloud of controversy hanging over his head would be immense still. Gervonta Davis has not only been scrutinized by his personal life, but his latest fight was also heated within the ring. At the same fight, Davis was shaken by a clean shot delivered by his opponent, and that made fans and critics take a second glance at the match. But rather than admit the effect of the punch, Davis later said that it was because the grease had gone into his eyes that he reacted rather than the punch itself.
No, I don't think he had head grease in his head anyway, but still, I hope you don't got head grease in your head the next fight. I'm not trying to hit none of that. I think he cut his head up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he could still wear grease on it, but maybe he needs...
Either way, I'm not trying to hit that shit. I'm not trying to hit that. I'm not trying to hit none of that.
Although Davis had a reputation for knocking people out and having highlight endings, Roach did not emphasize its mystique. He admitted in a recent statement that, at least in the experience that he had in it, Davis is not even the most difficult puncher he has ever seen.
I think the hardest puncher I ever faced, no. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard hit, motherfucker.
Jordan Roach, the brother of Lamont Roach Jr., answered the latest pre-bout trash talk of Gervonta Davis and provided it with clarity that Tank stepped out of line personally. Jordan acknowledged that Davis was not merely hyping the fight, he was mentioning family members and threatened to have his son as well as his nephew of people fighting, which to Jordan was unacceptable in any way.
It's both. I mean, of course he's gonna play mind games, but that you talking about people's sons and nephews. Like he got a daughter, he got another kid, he got two daughters and another kid. So he know what he did and said. So it ain't, you can't give him no excuse to, oh, he's building a fight. That's not, it's certain lines you don't cross.
Jordan answered himself that they are not shaken by the antics of Davis. He instructed that he and his brother, Lamont Roach Jr., are not letting the mind games sail over them. They were not shaken even when Davis supposedly said their address, something that Jordan made clear information that had been out in the public. According to Jordan, they were sweeping it under the carpet and keeping their eyes on the playing field.
But at the end of the day, we brushing that shit off. Well, I'm not fighting. My brother brushing that shit off. So he ain't no scared tactics he can do. Talk about an address and shit. That our address is public. What are we talking about?
With all the law drama, personal tensions, and verbal crossfires all around Gervonta Davis, the real issue currently is whether he will be able to come above it all and perform nonetheless in the ring. The distractions keep coming, arrests and scandals as well as rivals who no longer fear his might. Can he learn to block out noise, be able to come to fight night, and be the superstar that he claims to be? What do you feel like? Does Gervonta still have the ability to control the darkness when the light gets on, or is it just too big a storm this time? Leave your comments, share whether you are on Tank or against him, and that you should subscribe to more hard-hitting coverage of boxing, as there are many more chapters of this story.